So welcome everybody to the 2021 annual Juried Student Exhibition. We have great works of art in fine art, graphic and media design, fashion design, and interior design. And so we have plenty to look at. It'll be, an action-packed evening with great works. And the format tonight will be me presenting some words of welcome. Then we'll have Professor Hicks to tell us a few things about the background on the Juried Student Exhibition and how he's kind of a mastermind of organizing these calls for exhibition. And then I'll screen share through the fine art exhibition. If Professor Murphy comes back on, she can present the graphic and media design. Otherwise, I will. And Professor Seidler will present the interior design works. I'll present the fashion design works. And then our grand finale tonight will be an awards presentation. Professor Hardesty will present the awards in fine art. Professor Murphy, if she's back on, will present graphic and media design, and Professor Dr. Karapetkova will present the BlueInk Awards, and and we'll just celebrate everyone's achievement. So that's the basic rundown tonight. It looks like everybody has, but if you haven't already, please go ahead and mute yourselves. And what I want to say, just by way of a very quick introduction, is number one, how proud I am and how impressed I am with everybody's work. I'm so proud of all of you. And I think we have to acknowledge what we've been up against this past year in the pandemic. And I think that in all times, art shows itself to be essential to making sense of the world around us. And frankly, for getting through tough times. And I think that really has shown greatly this year and has really only empowered your work. And you should be extra proud because the pandemic has presented significant obstacles in all manner of life, including studio work. I know a lot of people have been working in tight spaces at home and nonetheless achieving this great work. So I just am so proud of you and impressed by you. I also want to take a moment to thank and honor Dr. Mark Trowbridge. For many years, he's served as the chair of fine art. I certainly wouldn't be here without Mark. And he's been such a champion of the arts on campus and always thinking about how we can achieve greatness and always advocating for us. So I just want to send a special shout out to Dr. Trowbridge. And if you're with us, Mark, and you'd like to say anything, please do. Love to hear from you.
Well, thank you, Mary. That's it was unexpected when you told me yesterday. So it's expected today, but when you told me you were going to do this yesterday, it was unexpected. I just wanted to say that it really was. I realized today as I talked to my wife that I'm the only chair of the art department that Marymount ever had, because prior to me, it was a shared department with other disciplines, and now it's part of the new structure. So I am the one and only chair of the art department at Marymount. But long story short, I couldn't be more honored to work with the students. I see some of them here, torture them with my art history exams. But I also couldn't be more honored to have been personally involved in hiring our permanent faculty, all three of them. And I think that any future that this department has, this program has, is due to these three people. And I couldn't be more proud to sort of hand the baton to the three of them to take it into the next step. And also to Doug's able hands as the new school director for School of Art Design. And I know we have a tight schedule. So again, I couldn't be happier that you did this, and I couldn't be more honored than I was to work with both students and faculty in this department.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for setting such a high bar and wonderful bar for achievement and ambition. And speaking of the three core faculty in fine art, this whole exhibition is really a group effort between Professor Sarah Hardesty, Professor Joe Hicks, and me. So I think our next on our agenda, Joe, did you want to say a few words about how you organized the call and what we're doing in terms of social media for fine arts?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mary. Professor Proenza, I appreciate that. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to be formal when you're always not. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. My name's Joe Hicks. I'm part of fine arts faculty. And as Professor Proenza pointed out, this is kind of a group effort amongst all of the faculty in the fine arts. And what I love about this exhibition is that it highlights our student works, and not only does it offer the opportunity for fine art majors and minors to showcase their work, it also offers the opportunity for anyone on campus who is either registered in a fine arts class or just any student who wants to submit is able to. And we've had just amazing participation from non-art majors. And sometimes they're some of our greatest students. And I just always really am excited to see, first-time students come in and submit. And we have a number of those students that are in the exhibition today. So I'd like to highlight that point. I guess, could I screen share just real quick?
Sure.
I've got a couple things up. So the way that we normally host our exhibition call is on the Student Art Exhibition website. It's a Google site. It's a Marymount site, so you have to be logged in. So that it's only for the Marymount community. But what's great about this is it always has the information, and the call is always open, and so you can always submit. So if you're a student who just finished a really great piece of work, you could just take a picture of it and upload it. We have our submission form always accepting submissions. Not right now because we were jurying, so you can look for that being reopened in the fall semester. And some of the ways that you can communicate with us, we also have an Instagram page, so you're welcome to follow us at MU Fine Arts, and you can see we're pretty active. And this is run by, it's in cooperation with a student work scholar, Adla Bentoncourt, who I got to give a shout out. I hope she's here. She does amazing work. She runs our Instagram. She also runs our mufinearts.com page. Sorry, my internet's a little slow, I guess, from the wind. But this is a great website where we host all sorts of content, including student work and events. This is where we like to highlight our student work and what's going on in the Department of Fine Arts. This is a public site, so you're welcome to check it out. It's also student run, so a lot of the projects are based from a student perspective. We also have a weekly artist bulletin that we publish. You're welcome to subscribe to that right here. And we put out some really great things. We usually highlight a student artist or some sort of artist, and exhibitions and things around town. So I invite you to check out our website. As well, if you decide that you can't stay the whole time for the event tonight, we are going to post it on our YouTube channel that we have, MU Arts. Please feel free to subscribe. We have a whole bunch of things here that you can follow. And soon there's going to be a new column with exhibition Zoom, virtual exhibitions. So look for that in the coming days. So anyways, I appreciate your time and thanks for coming. And I just want to thank all of the students for all of their outstanding work. So Thanks, and I look forward to maybe talking to you after. I guess I'll hand it back to Mary.
Thank you, Joe. That's great. Well, now the moment you've been waiting for, the fine art exhibition. So let's get to the heart of this. And let's go ahead and I trust you're seeing the exhibition now, and I'd like to just go through it on screen. And you artists out there who are on the call tonight, if you would, when I pop up your work, if you would like to say something, please do. Please just unmute yourself and jump in. So I'm going to go ahead and start. This is by Caitlyn Taylor, entitled Oyster Dinner, from this year, acrylic on canvas, 20 by 16. She does impeccable work. I happen to know that she can't be here tonight because of a family matter, but we're so proud of Caitlyn. This is her second work. NYC Subway 2020, gouache on Bristol, 12 by 9 inches. Beautiful work. Up next, we have Diego B. Diani, entitled Heaven 2021, acrylic on paper, 10 by 5 inches. Diego has done such a beautiful job. I happen to know, because he did this in my class, that this is a portrait of his grandmother, and he's just captured this warm spirit, this lively moment in action, and it's just really a moving piece by Diego. Next, we have not just one, but a trio of exceptional drawings by Jessica Valencia. This is called 2-Point Perspective from 2020, pencil on paper, 7 by 14 inches. And to those in the Marymount community, this scene will look very familiar. Wonderful accuracy. This is also by Jessica, a still life, charcoal on paper, 18 by 24. We see what attention to form and light she's achieved. This third piece is also a still life, charcoal on paper. And I love about this one how it really describes kind of a whole world in motion. It may be called still life, but it's anything but still in all of its dynamic qualities. Next, we have a pair of pieces by Ryan Arnett. This one is Cups 2021, ceramic. And remember, you guys, you can jump in and talk about your work a little bit if you would like. This is Ryan's second piece called Flower Pot 2021, ceramic. I want these. So I'm looking forward to the Saints art sale in the fall when perhaps these will be for sale. Our next piece is by Brianna Alma called New Normal 2021, charcoal on paper. I'm intrigued by Brianna's title, and I wonder if it has to do with the pandemic, and what a great attention to detail, form, and light, and what great manipulation of the charcoal. Our next artist is Anna Howard. This is called Part of 3, 2020, acrylic on canvas. And Anna did so many excellent paintings in our painting class. And I think that she has such a distinctive style here with these areas of bold color that seem to give off light, and this really observant way of describing the glassware. Beautiful work. Next, we have a trio of incredible drawings by Haniel Torres. This is called Still Life 2021, charcoal on paper, 18 by 24 inches. I mean, we feel like we can reach out and touch these objects. We know from which direction the light is coming. we see just the incredible and varied manipulation with the charcoal. It's so lively and beautiful, wonderful work. And here's an equally wonderful work using totally different media. This is graphite on paper, also by Haniel. I love the shoelaces. I just can't get over that detail. This is the third piece by Haniel. This is called Contour Line of a Chair, 2021, graphite on paper. And look at the structural integrity of this chair and the weight of these contour lines to describe this form. Really impressive. Next, we have a couple of works by Jalen Holland. This one is called Devon 2020, acrylic on blinds, 60 by 45 inches. And Jalen, this is really wonderful. This really highlights your exceptional painting skills and also your exceptional conceptual skills. This succeeds as a painting on a very unusual surface, but also as a photograph. I love the hands at the top. I love everything about this. It's so impressive. Great work. This is the second piece by Jalen. This is called Ramona 2020, acrylic on punched door, 72 by 30 inches. So I think it's a little bit difficult online, to really understand the magnitude of this work. So you have to really keep in mind that it's an actual door and then really think about the scale of this work. And again, this really highlights Jalen's really exceptional painting skills as well as her conceptual skills. Terrific work. Next, we have a trio of design pieces by Caitlyn Doyle. This one is called Kitchen Sink from 2020, using charcoal, pen, pencil, colored pencil, and Sharpie on Bristol paper. Wonderful patterns. And I was impressed thinking about that list of media, how integrated the various media are and how unified the whole piece is, and how interesting it is to have as if a close-up of the structures of the plant on the right and the whole plant on the left. This is also by Caitlyn Doyle, called Little Things 2020, construction paper, pencil, paint, coffee, tracing paper, masking tape on Bristol paper, 14 by 17 inches. And I love that the coffee cup rings and drips are one of her artistic media. And it's just really a wonderfully designed and innovative piece. I love the tape too, that's quite unexpected. This is Caitlyn's third piece. And I think I may have put the wrong title here because that was the title earlier, but this is clearly a portrait using black and white paint and using values and the shapes to create the portrait. Very well done, very skillful. Next we have Majed Alanazi. It's called Convey the Still Life 2021. This is using color aid, which if you don't know is colored paper, often used by artists for collage. This is a collage and it's a really exceptional still life, really thinking about the different colors and values within blue and within yellow and within blacks and grays to make his composition. Terrific work. Our next artist is Marina Ekman. This is intriguingly called The Queen Decides 2021, pen and ink. And And I would like to interview Marina and know how long this took and know what motivated it. I'm so impressed by this very fine and very detailed mark making with the pen and ink.
Yes, so I'm Marina Ekman. Hi, everyone. I'm a business major. This piece took me about a day. And that's with just total time, I'd say about 6 hours on just the cross hatching, not including the sketching beforehand. It was very quick, actually. I do artwork very quick, otherwise I lose interest and then never gets done. So this piece is the moment where the queen, who is the one with the crown, has confronted her father, who's the guy on the ground, while he has tried to retake the throne from her after giving it up and letting her be queen. And in retaliation, she is about to chop off his head, but she is in the moment of deciding whether or not she's actually going to kill him. And after this, actually, she decides not to, but I haven't drawn that part. So this is the moment where she's deciding, do I really want to kill this guy?
Thank you so much, Marina. And I'm glad to know there was such a good outcome in the story. And it's just really interesting to hear about your process that you go for this kind of marathon session and get it done and stay engaged, in this kind of white hot way for the entire time. It's interesting because people have very different approaches. And the other thing I want to highlight is that you're one of our many art stars who are not art majors at Marymount and who really tap into their creative energy both in classes and outside of classes. So excellent work, and thank you for sharing about your process. All right, next we have a pair of works by Ovi Agege. This one is called Geometric Abstract Painting 2021, acrylic on canvas. And his next piece is called Multicolor Non-Objective Painting 2021. And I just want to give a shout out to Ovi because we've been painting together all year, and to say, first of all, how proud I am of you, but also, to all of you out there, a little bit of background. Ovi is incredibly prolific. I think within the last year, he must have produced about, at least 30 paintings. And they're just really growing in concentration and boldness and achievement. So Ovi, congratulations, great work. Next, we have a ceramic piece by Amani Al-Daba called Coil Pot Exercise from 2021. Beautiful work in the construction and the glazing. Also very nice presentation with your photography. Beautiful. Our next artist is Bilal Kamara. This is called The Eternal Fight for Equality 2020, acrylic on canvas, 24 by 18 inches. Bilal, it's so great to see this painting again, and it's just as powerful as when I first saw it in the fall. And you really are speaking to our times here. This is an unforgettable image on so many important topics, with the suggestion of the Washington Monument to place it right in our area. Really moving, powerful piece. Thank you, Bilal. Next, we have a pair of exquisite drawings by Yamiz Al-Thobati. This one is called Still Life 1, 2021, charcoal on paper, 18 by 24 inches. What a lively composition, so much sense of light, so much skillful handling with the charcoal. Beautiful work. This is also by Yamiz. And I love how the mannequin is sort of laying back on this pile of things. And to me, it says something about the year we've been through. And I love the texture and the control of the light and shadow that makes a rhythm through the whole piece. Next, we have Nazir Kunlipe called The Survivor and the Oni 2021 Pastel on Paper. Here's another one that I would really like to hear the backstory on if you happen to be on, Nazir. And you always have such a distinguished point of view and style in your work, and that really shows here. You have a very good handling of the pastel. Very interesting vision that you put forward. Great work. Next, we have ceramic work by Brenda Cordova. This is called Dad's Bottle 2021 Stoneware Slip and Glaze. I love that bit of blue at the top and this really painterly glaze. Joe Hicks can speak more to the excellent qualities of ceramics than I, but I can certainly see how exquisite this is. This is another piece by Brenda called Mama. I love that the pair of the ceramics are, parental in name. This is called Mama 2021, also using the same materials as the last piece. And I love this design of the leaves on top of the painterly glaze. Beautiful work. Next, we have a pair of exceptional drawings by Liam Kendall, and who also has great titles. This is called A Simple Still Life of Some Stuff I Own, 2020 charcoal and pencil on paper, 11 by 14 inches. One thing we were admiring in the jurying was the cropping of this work. It's really intriguing, where items enter into the picture frame and leave the picture frame. Really strong control of values and materials. Another thing I notice about this is I think it can be difficult to pull off lettering in a work of visual art. And I think the lettering works so nicely here as a unified part of the image. This is Liam's other piece called Some Negative Space Headphones. So for those who may not know, negative space is all of the area that we think of as not being the same, not being the main subject matter. And so in painting and drawing, we often emphasize negative space because if you can see all these negative spaces between the parts of the headphone in this case, you can really make it come alive quite accurately. And then the way that Liam has shaded the backspace, all of the negative space is really beautiful with this handling with the charcoal. Nice work. This is a wonderful painting by Dina Emanuel called Rockstar 2021, acrylic on tagboard, 12 by 9 inches, using just two colors, one warm and one cool of the same value, complementary colors to really suggest forms in space, and then overlaid with what we call a scaffolding of black to emphasize the surface design. And it's a great image that goes perfectly with the title of Rockstar. And I've had the privilege of seeing how hard and how beautifully Dina has worked all semester. And I can't wait to see what you go on to do next semester, Dina. Great work. This next piece is by Shannon Lewandowski. It's called Best Qualities 2021. It's a dry point print. And I don't know if Shannon is on and would like to speak, but I know that she is doing student teaching, and that, you know, I know from conversation with her that this refers to the great qualities of a teacher to help uplift people in society. And I think that she's made that really wonderful in her print.
That's exactly what I was going for, and you took the words right out of my mouth, Professor Proenza.
Out of your mouth, Shannon. Why don't you speak more words?
I'm just really, this piece was, the project was What's Your Passion, which for me was teaching. I'm a coach, I teach color guard, but I'm also a student who really struggled throughout different points in my education. And I can speak from experience that teachers who really like, I've met a lot of teachers who have really like guided me and given me a lot of encouragement and really helped inspire me to be a better educator and be a better person. And I think those are like I really wanted to reflect visually the best qualities of a teacher, like patience, a little bit of encouragement, some boundaries. And I immediately just had this image in my head. And I think in class, she literally was like, the project is passion. And I was just like, okay, here we go.
Well, that certainly speaks to my passions too, Shannon. And I remember when you did this piece and how touched everybody was in class. Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
Next, we have Sydney Jackson. This is called Potent 2021 Monoprint with Dry Point, 8 by 8 inches. And are you on, Sydney? Do you want to tell us a bit about the title?
I chose the title because of just the red coloring that I put in there. It kind of seemed strong, and that's just kind of how I felt about the piece. It's just kind of potent.
That's great. This is such a strong print. So for those who may not know what a monoprint with dry point is, it's a printmaking process. So it's actually a twice printed print. So the line information of the portrait, did you print that first or second? I can't remember.
I did that second.
Yeah, so the color information was printed first by painting color onto a plexiglass plate and then printing it. And then a dry point is a plexiglass plate with an image scratched into it, which is then inked up so that the ink fills those lines and prints. So the dry point went over that. And so it's just a great merge of two prints. Really, really, really well done, and definitely potent, Sydney. Thanks. Next, we have a pair of pieces by Lydia Thomas. This is called Empty Space 2020, Pen and Ink. Lydia, do you want to speak about your work? This is also by Lydia, called A Self-Diagnosis 2020, black paper, tracing paper, ink pens, ink wash, and glue. These are works that Lydia completed in the 2D design course with Professor Hardesty, and they are so well designed and so intriguing, really using only black and white, but using so much innovative, so many innovative strategies to create this unity and variety and communication throughout these pieces. Really lively and well done. Next, we have Sarah Al-Muammar, called Realistic 2021, acrylic on canvas, 20 by 16 inches. And I love this piece, Sarah. We see what an affinity Sarah has for the material of the paint itself, and what wit and conceptual ability she has as well. Really making the realistic egg with paint to be very egg-like and very funny and very engaging. Great work. Next, we have a wonderful drawing by Nicholas Mckenna. This is called Just Draw Any Old Wall, And I happen to know that Nicholas used the 1-point perspective method very painstakingly to create the to create this feeling of reality of the space of the room. Really well done, with nothing more than pencil on paper.
Did you want me to talk about this part at all? Or?
Please do.
Yeah, so, my big focus with this drawing was this was about halfway through the semester and would have been my second sort of introduction to shadowing cloth. I really struggled with this at first, so a lot of the scene really came down to composition, like before even getting to the drawing pad, in terms of like building a space that sort of made sense for me to put together. And the big thing is that I really wanted to use it as a sort of test bed for how I should draw like larger spaces, because I really do want to sort of get into drawing bigger environments and slowly stretching into sort of like more imaginative ones. So that was sort of a first step towards all of that. Otherwise, yeah, the 1-point perspective was pretty much my go-to as far as everything here goes. And it was my first time really using that method for shadowing. I think it came out well. There's of course things that I do wish I could improve, and that's just be all and all of art.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Nico. And I look forward to seeing more of your work. You've really gone on to do some great digital work based on these methods too. Next, we have Morgan Perry. This one is called The Evening Sky 1, 2020, acrylic paint, clear plastic sheets, and Pigma brush pens on canvas board. And the related second piece is here, The Evening Sky 2. Morgan, would you like to say a few words about your piece and how it's
Sure. Hi, everyone. So this is my work, like 2 of my works that I've done, and what I kind of used to inspire them, I like combine all the techniques I learned from all my past classes with all the professors here. So it's like, it was really nice having the opportunity to work on them. And the style I combined it with is basically from drawing too in the past and painting. So I kind of like my style is like abstract kind of work, where I like taking pieces of different pieces of paint, kind of combining them to make some sort of landscape or places. And I really like how, and in this class in particular, this is like Advanced 2D Studio. I want to experiment kind of with more layering processes to see how that would look. And so I'm surprised how it turned out, because I try to take the photograph in a way where it doesn't shine too much, but just enough. But overall, I really liked how it went, and I'm excited to do more experimenting with this kind of style and work. And this is like in the backyard. I love taking photography too, so it was based on a photo I took. So I really liked how it went, and thanks to all the professors, like I said, helped me make the style that I'm making now. And like I say, in my current classes, like ceramics, I'm trying to combine that with the style using fragmented pieces kind of on there. So yeah, really excited to continue working in this style.
Thank you, Morgan. I heard about that, about your ceramics, and I can't wait to see those. And, for all of you, Morgan is one of our graduating art seniors who has her student thesis work up on part of the Barry Gallery site. So you can visit that later if you wish. And we're so proud of you, Morgan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very excited to all the different works I've done. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks. This is by Yodwaret Kornwoodikan. This is called Palm Tree in Miami, 2021, acrylic on paper. I had the privilege of seeing the source photo also that Yodwaret took himself of the scene, and it was really interesting because the painting, the photograph was beautiful too, but the painting has this really dynamic quality, I think, owing to all of the different kinds of strokes and the concentration on the values. It's such a lively painting. I was just pausing in case he wanted to pop on. All right. Next we have Haley Tate. This is called Just Before the Show, 2020, charcoal on mixed media paper. And Haley told me the backstory of this. Is Haley on? Well, she was telling me that that this was a scene actually from the Kennedy Center based on one of her own photographs and how intrigued she was with the architecture. And what we were admiring about this drawing is its boldness, its mark making, its use of the eraser as a drawing tool. Really, really strong work by Haley. This is by Ava Roos. Now it's called New 2021, Gouache on Bristol. And now this has become an icon for our exhibition because it's, as you saw, on the exhibition card, and it's really, really exquisitely done with the gouache. Really wonderful mark making and color.
I titled it New because I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's fun to pretend that I knew what I was doing. So
It appears that you did.
I had no idea.
And I just butt in really quickly. Ava was in my modern art class intro to art class last spring and was talking about becoming an art major and was really worried about her studio classes. And Ava, you had nothing to worry about.
Well, thank you.
And
I am proud of it. It's weird to see it, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
why don't you tell us a little bit about your second piece?
Oh, that was born out of pure anger. I was really frustrated, and I tend to get pretty frustrated. I didn't think that it was ever going to be finished. And then eventually I just had to take a step back and say, okay, it's finished. Yeah, but it's been an interesting couple of years for sure. So, and there's definitely, I don't know. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say.
It's an ongoing, lifelong process. And once you get the art itch, what's wonderful is that it never stops. So you're well on your way. And this is really, really beautiful drawing. Thank you so much. And then I thought this was a great image for our grand finale for fine art. This is by Sophia Cowan, entitled Pearl, acrylic on canvas, 13 by 11 inches. I don't know if Sophie is on, but I remember in painting class how much attention she gave to figuring out how to paint fur. How does one paint fur? And how a gray can be made up of, 20 colors. This is such a lively and accomplished piece, and I love the expression. It almost looks like Pearl the dog is winking. So I think that really sends us off on a great note with the fine art exhibition. Thank you, you fine artists. So well done. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, and if Bridget is on and not having a thunderstorm.
I am. Few branches coming down, but yes.
Still windy out here too. But why don't you take it away then, Bridget, and show us the graphic and media design. And I'm going to go ahead and mute myself.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. I am Professor Bridget Murphy, and I teach in the graphic and media design program. And I know that Professor Erteljohn is also on. We are thrilled to show everybody our work and what our students are doing. So I just want to make sure, can everybody see my screen? Are we all A-okay with that?
I
Yes.
think so. We're
Yep.
looking at a
Okay.
purple background.
Great. I included a link to the site. It's also in one of the tabs in the off of the Barry Gallery site as well. So first, I'd like to just go over, our site, and then I'm going to go through some of the pieces. And I too would love if some of the students are on, please feel free to speak up.
Professor
we'd love-
Murphy, I
Yes.
think you need to, are you using two monitors? I think you're showing us a different monitor. We see a blue screen with Microsoft Word in the corner.
Huh. All right, I moved everything. Thank you. How are we doing there?
Now we can see it.
Okay. All right. Yes, I am using two monitors. So thank you. So everyone has a picture of our site now. I moved it from the big screen over so that I could be looking at the site head on. So on our site, we have senior portfolios. We also have the community service pieces that we do, illustration, photography, our video and motion graphics, as well as BlueInk, which we will end with BlueInk later. I am going to go ahead and I hope that some of our seniors are online. I know Alex is, and she just spoke up. We have a senior portfolio, and if you go through the site, you will go and see each of the our seniors' graphic design work. It entails design work, possibly fine arts work, photography, illustration, web design, actually pulling a lot of the skills together that they have gained while being a student here. Isabella will be graduating, obviously. She is, I don't know, Isabella, are you on today? No, but she has done a tremendous amount of work. She is been remote for the last year plus. Actually, she has not come back, unfortunately, but we've been working very closely together with her. Elizabeth Pagliucci is a graphic design major as well. She has been working a lot with print and photography, and she loves to do some illustrations. So you will see some of her work in BlueInk. Again, you can go through some of their pieces and see some of it has been done here, and others are through their own work as well. Another one of our seniors is Wafa, and Wafa is focusing on a lot of web design and user interface and user experience, as well as general design work. So she has been focusing, she has a minor in web design work as well. So we're really proud of a real variety of work of what she's been able to do. Again, Wafa, I'm not sure if you're online or not. If you are, again, seniors, please feel free to speak up. Another senior that we are, I guess, happy to see graduate, but sad to see, is Alex. And it's taken a while, Alex. Alex has been very active at Marymount with a lot of variety of work. She has been involved with the banner as the art director. She has also been involved with BlueInk, as well as she's been doing a lot of work with Sodexo. So it's also interesting. She had designed the logo for the Women's Executive Leadership Program, which Marymount hosted last year, and I do believe hosted again this year. And it's with Cigna. So she had done that logo as well. And we also have Uche, who finished in December. And Uche has some very interesting work based on all sorts of different areas. I love I just loved her women's leadership logo. This was, they didn't choose this one, but even if people don't choose, you always have the wonderful pieces to be able to use for your portfolios. So I just want to introduce all our seniors. They have had some wonderful work, and we look forward to seeing what they are going to be doing in the future. So the next area that as graphic and media design is our community service. And our department is very focused on a lot of community work. And we love creating things both for our community on campus at Marymount, as well as our community off of Marymount, both regional and national, and international, in fact, sometimes. So these are some of the pieces. I spoke to Chantel, and unfortunately she has to work today, so I know she is not here. But I would like to let everybody know that Portfolio in Motion is next week. We cannot wait. I think we can, we will talk about it a little bit later in the program, but it's really a thrill when our departments can all work together and do interdisciplinary type of work. So Chantel had the opportunity to design the logo for this year's Portfolio in Motion. We also had a opportunity to do a motion graphic, which I would like to go ahead and play. Some of our video, I'm gonna, this is sort of, so a little sneak preview for those that are here. The other is about a year ago, we all know Cody Gallery down at Ballston. We had did some branding for Cody Gallery, and Alex we did a logo design contest, and Alex's logo was chosen for that as well. We also had one of our students, and I'm going to show just a portion of this, create a video which plays on the site as well. So I'll just play it.
Art collector Francois Pinault once said, "One must look for what is ahead of the curve and explore the relationship of today's art to the world we live in." Cody Gallery is a contemporary art space created as a platform to support the arts and strengthen the arts community at Marymount University and the greater Washington, D.C. area. Exhibitions present work by local, regional, and international artists in order to provide enriching and thought-provoking experiences. Marymount University.
So we have a video that was produced actually by one of our graduates from last year, but finished through the summer for us. The other is we have a community service project that our students, it was produced by Sean Milligan, and the videography was by Rebecca and Sean as well, for the ABA Commission on Law and Aging. And again, this is a longer video. I'm just going to show little clips of each.
Right now, the older population is about 16% of the population. The number is 54 million. That will nearly double in the next 40 years.
Everyone deserves to age with dignity, and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, as we say, shouldn't fade when you age.
The other is we have a very, very special video that was produced last year, towards the end of the year, by Rebecca Lake, who is one of our honor students. And it was on the spirit of the RSHM. And she and Professor Erteljohn did a lot of research, went up to Tarrytown, interviewed the nuns, RSHM nuns. So this video interviews and talks about all of the history of our founding order. let's see. Oh, we get back to what do we have. And then this is one that I don't know if Jeffrey is on right now. Jeffrey, are you here? No. So this is about the plot against hunger, which we all know is part of the food for thought. And I would love to play this. It is a video talking about the benefits of the garden.
I am Susan Agalini. I'm a biology faculty member at Marymount University. Our Plot Against Hunger garden is located right at the main entrance of Marymount's campus off of Glebe Road. We started our garden in 2018 as part of a student club called Food for Thought. It's a way to engage students in a project that would help support the Arlington community and to help raise awareness about food insecurity. In terms of what the garden and the Plot Against Hunger program has meant to me, it's honestly hard to pick one thing. Probably the thing I love best about the program has been the opportunity it's given me to work in the garden with the Marymount students. We have such an amazingly diverse student body, students from all over the world, and I had the opportunity to pick peppers alongside a student from Chad as we shared stories of working in our grandmother's gardens. Although we grew up in different worlds, we really connected over our memories and our connections to family and to food. I also learned from a Jordanian student about the produce his father grows in his garden back home, and learned we had a lot in common in terms of what we enjoyed about gardening. So I guess I'd say that what I love best about having a Plot Against Hunger garden is that it not only unites us in a purpose, but also as a community.
So congratulations on that video. So Jeffrey, that is wonderful. Oops, oops. All right. I'm actually gonna have to close some of these. So the next area of the student exhibit that I'd like to share with everybody is our illustration and photography. And you will see how it actually does cross paths with the fine arts. You know, from the drawing skills to color, technique, digital photography. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this. And Fatima did this in the illustration class last fall, and her topic was cyberbullying. Again, any student that is here, I'd love to hear your take on this or information about your work. Chantel had did this as, in illustration class as well as a product series, taking her illustrations and applying it to actual commercial products. And she actually came up with the whole awake of being spiked coffee. So this is another one of Chantel's, and it is about COVID-19, a reflection on the times, created again for the illustration class. One of the projects that our students do is a self-portrait, digital self-portrait. And Alex Cozy, this is his self-portrait, all done digitally. And Morgan, Morgan, as you all know, has already showed us some of her wonderful work with all the pieces, and you're bringing it into your digital graphic design as well as your ceramics. And I don't know if you want to talk about this a little bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so for this style, hi again, everyone. So for this style, I would want to combine the similar works that I've done like physically, like where I like doing abstract, kind of like doing pieces like mosaic, like tile work. That's also another style I like doing. So I wanted to see how I could incorporate this kind of work digitally. And so it turned out better than I thought, because I was determining like what features I should put in that would be recognizable. So I use different shapes and pieces and roundedness, and use actually a photo as a background and then traced over it. And so, yeah, I'm really excited that this worked, and I'll also do some more experimenting on this kind of style too on the digital media. But
great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Morgan, another project of yours where you worked in a series of, again, basically commercial illustration, and then the application to a three-dimensional can, all done digitally. Don't know if you want to speak about this one as well.
Oh, sure. I don't mind. I was very excited learning this. It's like illustration. So there's so many things I learned about Adobe. I think all through these years, I didn't know you can make a 3-dimensional can on here. So I was so excited to learn that. And kind of my basis of this work was kind of doing different times of day for different kind of drinks. And I want to associate like a fruit with those kinds of drinks. So like the sunrise watermelon, midday lemon, midnight blueberry. And I kind of want to use simplistic work kind of also related to the other stuff I've done. So I kind of try to put my hand into it and kind of try different, like based on the setting of where the sun is and the moon. So yeah, it turned out better than I thought, because at first I was a little nervous because sometimes I always worry when something new. It's like I worry if I did it the right way. So luckily with practice, I was able to fulfill the idea that I wanted to have. So yeah,
Well,
very
you have
excited.
very successful pieces here, that's for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Jay, Britton, these are some of the images from our digital photography course. And I don't know, Jade, are you here? Would you like to talk about it? No?
Jade's not here, but she worked with, in photography class, she worked with the group in PIM. So there's some of the headshots. Which is cool. It was great to have the photographers and the designers this year got to work with Portfolio in Motion, the student producers and publicists, which is really cool.
Professor Earlejohn, I couldn't agree more. I mean, just it's great when we can all work together and do this. And so it's exciting next week to really see what's going to happen with the virtual show. We'll see some of these works in there as well as promotions for it. So, and I think we have Ashley. I don't know if Ashley Reyes is here. This is a illustrated photography portrait. Has some pretty wild colors going on, which is lovely, and repeated patterns, and the use of actually, to me, the time again during the time sequencing. And this is a photographic essay by Ainsley, and I would like to share this with you. Ainsley Hill, a graphic and media design major, has a site that goes through with her photo essay, Through the Eyes of the Mother. Yeah. Wonderful photos. Wow. I don't know if Ashley's on. Ashley, are you here? No.
There's 7 siblings in the family, and they're all learning distance during COVID. So it's
kind
of cool.
Yeah,
see the pictures.
Yeah, Ainsley has been juggling quite a bit as well, and it just does some lovely, lovely work. And then we have Wafa, who's, as I said, a senior of ours that has worked. This is one of her illustrated photography, her portrait. And Lauren Cunningham. This is another photographic essay. I think we've all seen these beautiful flowers this spring. It's been lovely. Wow. It's wonderful. Okay. And we have one last one by Caitlyn. And I think we said Caitlyn was not here. Am I correct? Okay, so we have our illustrations. Oop, let me get back out of this. And then we have our video and motion graphics. I hope we're doing okay time-wise. We've talked about the spirit of RSHM. This is a piece, a PSA piece that one of our students who is working for the Brehm Foundation, a service learning internship this semester. Isabella has, as I said, is one of our graduating and has created this for them. That's wonderful. We've talked about the ABA. This is one, actually a video resume. Actually, Louis, I don't know if you are here and would like to talk about it. Some of these I think are.
My name is Elisa Ochoa, and I'll be graduating from Marymount University in December 2020 with a degree in Information Technology and a specialty in Interactive Media. My work experience includes being employed at Marymount University Center for Global Education as a social media coordinator, a development intern at the Aquila Foundation, where I do database handling and assist with marketing and communication projects, and an intern at the Federal Retirement Thrift Investment Board, where I edited technology policies and procedures and was responsible for managing the IT assets throughout the building. I am proficient in HTML, Java, and React coding languages, which I use to make websites and software applications for myself and some of my clients. I have experience with the Adobe Creative Suite, specifically photography, animation, and video editing software. Throughout the coursework at Marymount University, I have become familiar with computer security, software testing, networking, and database management. A fun fact about me is that I love watching and playing soccer. I'm also a part of the university varsity soccer team. I enjoy photography, videography, and creating content. My ideal job would be working with a professional sports team where I can be responsible for producing video, photography, and social media content. To learn more about me, you can look at my LinkedIn page. There you'll find my work experience as well as the current projects that I'm up to.
It's wonderful. And I think I saw Haniel earlier. Haniel, or actually this is, well, Haniel, I think we have your name wrong in there.
Hello, everyone.
Oop.
Wow, I love seeing all of the hellos and welcomes from people all over.
Hold on.
Welcome to the webinar today. We are so excited to have you here.
All right, well, that's the wrong one. We want to get into this one.
One of the biggest impacts that COVID-19 has had on my school year is that I haven't been able to attend Marymount in person. I was looking forward to meeting with my professors, meeting my classmates, and participating in the events that they had scheduled. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, that hasn't been a possibility. For this semester, and for the safety of my family, I chose to do my classes via Zoom. A big plus is that I can do everything in the comfort of my bedroom. One of the best ways that I've been able to manage my time is by using my planner. I've been writing down all of my due dates, all my assignments, my schedule for my classes, and it's been really helpful. Another thing I do is I write it down in multiple places, whether it's in my notebook where I take my notes, or if I leave a sticky note somewhere I can see it. It's been really helpful in reminding me that I have things to get done. I think that the courses being online has its pros and cons. One of the cons would be that I can't submit my homework in the same way that I'm used to. I can't go up to the teacher and hand them in my homework. I have now difficulties sometimes in giving my homework to the teacher because it has to be online. Another thing would be that I can't always do the activities everyone else is doing in class. And I also find it harder to ask the teacher questions that I feel need to be explained. So for those reasons, I think that it's one of the most difficult parts of doing classes online.
We have Emiliana.
Hello, my name is Emiliana McNeil. I am currently a sophomore at Marymount University, majoring in communications with a double minor in business and international studies. I am pursuing a graphic design and social media marketing internship. My career aspiration is to someday work for a television network, and I feel like this internship would just be the right step needed to do that. I have always been interested in design. When I turned 12, I started participating in beauty pageants, which introduced me to the world of social media. I saw how young ladies would grow in pageantry through strictly social media. Fortunately, I had many friends to teach me the ins and outs of social media marketing and the importance of graphic design for your brand. I wanted to be in social media and graphic design because it gives me the outlet to express myself and introduce myself to new things every day. I am currently the social media manager of Perfect Incorporated, a nonprofit for women empowerment and female felons integrating that into society. With this job, I create promotional designs and manage social media across all media platforms. With this knowledge and my passion, I believe that I'll be a great asset to your organization. Thank you for listening.
That's great. And we have another PSA produced by Alyssa McLean.
Hi, my name is Guppy Goldberg. This is my happy home. My owner takes great care of me and always does her research before adding new additions to my home. A proper setup looks something like this. You only need the basics: filtration, light, clean water, and a heater. Don't let us freeze. I love my home, but it wasn't always like this. My owner didn't always know what to do. She had to do some research. Us fish are some of the most mistreated pets. Fish care seems difficult, but anything is possible when you fish upon a star. Educate yourself and others about proper fish care.
And we have Connor Reed. I think this one's gonna.
Well, I mean, it's a lot harder for me personally than in-person classes as far as time management goes and remembering when to do assignments and when to do that kind of stuff. So I'd say it's been a little more difficult for me personally. I mean, I've been doing it pretty poorly. It shouldn't be that hard considering I have nothing else to do. But I know something about being in quarantine and not being able to go out that much kind of messes up my time management. So I mean, it's giving me more time to just kind of sit around for video games, but not severely yet. But we don't have spring break, so it's only affecting me.
Okay. Let's see. I have lost my link to our site. Let me get back to the. Sorry. Okay, and so then what we want to do, we showed the video. Where I'd like to go now is to talk about BlueInk, which is our annual literary arts magazine. And BlueInk has been produced each year since, I think I saw one just recently since 1995, and I think there are probably some a little bit earlier. That's going to be a little research project of mine coming up, how many years we produced this. As everybody knows, this is a student publication. It is student writing, student design, student artwork. It is for part-time, full-time, undergrad, or grad. Anybody can submit to this. We have both a literary team as well as an art team that pull together and work together. Again, another wonderful interdisciplinary project that we work on. I just would like to say a big, big thank you to both the School of Design and Art as well as the School of Humanities. They have pulled together, and we actually have printed pieces this year, which is lovely, and they will be distributed in GAIAC in 2002, the Office for the College of Sciences and Humanities. And I know that I would be remiss not to show you how we have our pages. This is a digital EPUB that we post. There's a web link to it. And I'm going to just show everyone. And then we have, I would like actually, if Alex would like to talk a little bit about it while I'm going through, please feel free. Alex and or Meredith. Okay.
Hi, everyone. So throughout the magazine, we decided that we would have a butterfly theme because during COVID and with everything shifting so fast, I thought that it would be such a great metaphor to relate ourselves, how humans have coped with COVID to butterflies. We all went through different phases that changed us, made us stronger, and really turned us into better people than what we were before, because now I feel as if we had to come up with coping mechanisms. How do we deal with this? What do we do? And just the doubt of with the doubt of what would happen next. And so I try to convey that with this piece and just add that that COVID will eventually end soon. And I just think that by using all of these bright colors and the flowers, I wanted to convey that there is still hope and that we will be all fine and we will get through this together.
Thank you, Alex. Is Meredith here?
I'm here, yes.
You want to talk about your literary area?
Sure. So we had a bunch of pieces come in. And so I felt like for all the pieces, they were very emotional. And I felt like a lot of them focused on hope as well. So you see that a bit, which I thought was nice with the theme that we were portraying this year for BlueInk. So we've got some really good pieces, so everyone should read it.
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, it's great online, but it's wonderful having the piece that you can be comfortable with, I think, and take it outside and read it, and it's wonderful. So what I would love to do, again, as I said, we have a lot of thank yous to the staffs that have really worked hard on this. We also traditionally have, actually, I probably should flip through to the end to share the staff. I'm going back, sorry, you all. If both, what we can do is if you look, Meredith was the literary editor. And Meredith, do you want to talk about your staff? And then I will have Alex talk about her staff as well. And then Holly, Dr. K, if you want to talk about and maybe do the awards, and then I can do our awards.
Sure, I'll start. So my literary staff was Gregory, Lindsay, and Pierre, which I believe Pierre is here. I didn't see.
I'm here.
So we went through, of course, all the submissions, picked ones that really stood out to us. And so we came together with all the pieces that are now in BlueInk. And yeah, so thanks to my literary staff for helping me, and Dr. K, of course.
And I think Greg is here also. So I don't know if you want to say hello, Greg.
Hi, I'm here. Thank you so much. It was great to be a part of this experience. There's so much talent in the whole Marymount community. Yeah. It's really exciting. So thanks again.
And I was particularly grateful for all the hard work the staff, both the literary and the art staff, put in this year during the quarantine. It was a very different kind of process than we've had in past years, but we came out with an amazing product, and I'm especially grateful for your work this year.
Alex, would you like to share some thoughts?
Yes, definitely. So I'm really thankful for everyone who participated with BlueInk, both the literature side and the design side. On my side, we had Chantel Reyes, who helped with picture selection, Luke Morris, who created the table of content and also helped out with selecting images, Isabella Palomo, she also helped out with images, and Elizabeth, who helped out with photo editing and making sure that they were at the right quality, and also color adjusting them.
Yep. Again, I will speak, everybody, we just working online is really, as we all know, is hard, and yet we all would meet via Zoom, and actually the students went on and met without me because of different schedules, and pulled it all together. So it was quite a successful piece. So Holly, do you want to do your awards?
Absolutely. And I want to give a huge shout out to the literary judges this year, Caroline Bach and Susan Mokler. I think they're both here on the Zoom. I dropped a ball on a lot of things this year because it's COVID, and I almost forgot about the literary awards. So they were willing and able to judge the literary awards at very short notice. I'm really grateful for their participation. And we had just such amazing literary work this year. I was so proud of the quality of the student work. And our first place award went to a beautiful poem by Alison Beresford called Tried to Tell You, Tried to Tell You. Alison is here. Do you want to say something, Alison?
Yes, please. Thank you. So this piece is not meant to make people feel warm and fuzzy. Don't expect that from my piece. I am a disability advocate and a special education major. My piece is about disability advocacy and rights because, as we've seen in the last year, much has changed. So when you read mine, it's meant to make you feel angry or upset, or to feel that there is passion in the piece, not that you want to go drink a mug of warm hot chocolate.
Yeah, it's a fantastic poem. I hope you'll all have a chance to read it in full. And our second place award went to Lauren Zwiczorowski for a beautiful poem, Mother Says. Lauren, I believe, is on this Zoom as well. Do you want to say hello, Lauren?
Sure. Hi. I'm just very grateful to the judges for selecting my poem in second place. This is a it's a bit of a personal poem, and so I really appreciate this acknowledgement.
And it's a gorgeous poem. I hope you'll read Lauren's poem as well. And then for third place, we had a tie between Hawa Sheikh Adam for Hadal O'Makan and Carly Midas for The Blame. And I don't believe either one of them is here tonight, but fantastic job to everyone. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. That's wonderful, wonderful. On the art and design side, well, and really just fine art, first I'd like to say thank you as well to all the judges. And I know that everybody, all the judges are online. So we have Barry Erteljohn and Sarah and Joe Hicks and Mary and Mark. So thank you all. Again, we send these out and with everybody's busy schedule, and they really take some time. And I will tell you, everybody came back saying, wow, can't wait to see this finished. There was some really good, strong work. So I'm very pleased to announce that the first place goes to Underground Portrait by Caitlyn Taylor. And we can flip back through the book at some of these, but this was also chosen to be in the Fine Arts Show. And I thought that was just great that you have very separate, judging going through, and the students chose for that to get in. So it was really wonderful. Caitlyn, I think, is not here, if I'm correct. The other piece is a drawing, Water and Glass, by Marjorie Enrique. If you are here, Marjorie, and would like to talk, we would love to hear what you have to say. I'm not sure.
I'm here. Hi.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I just drew a bunch of wine glasses because that's all I have at my house because my mom is a huge wine drinker. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know what else to say about the piece.
Okay.
It was really fun to draw, but thank you for the award too.
Okay. And then we also had a tie for third place in the arts. And the first one is the tie is Morgan Perry with The Abstraction of Me, which was her self-portrait. So congratulations, Morgan. And the other is Mother Teresa by Brenna Robinson. So I know Morgan is here, and Brenna, if either of you all would like, both of you are free to talk if you would like.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm very honored and happy, and I'm surprised in good way. It's like everybody's work was so great, so I'm very honored to have this opportunity to get third place. So thank you, everyone who's here, and to the judges. And like I said, I'm very happy that my piece was able to get in third place. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I also just wanted to say thank you. I am not an art major or a minor, so it's not often that I actually share the work that I do. So this was a big surprise to even be able to be featured. So thank you so much.
Brenna, I think that is what we love about this whole literary arts magazine is submit your work. It's a wonderful venue to show you what you can do. So we look forward to seeing more submissions. So the award winners, I do just a little bit of information. Please look for an email from me in probably after grades go in. If I can get to it next week, I will. And we actually do have awards for you, and we will tell you about it and how to get them, and etc. Okay, so there are actually some awards there. And again, copies of BlueInk will be available in the School of Sciences and Humanities office in Rowley, 2003. It's at the top, all the way at the end. And please feel free to come and get them. Okay, they're there, and you can also have access online. So, and I think the next is then for the Fine Art Awards.
Oh, Mary, you gotta unmute.
Sorry. Before we go to the Fine Art Awards, we have another small amount of exhibition in interior design. In both of those programs, they have extensive end of year exhibitions, so you'll see more from them soon. And I think that Doug Seidler is on and was going to present the interior design pieces.
I am. I'm here. Evan, Nilafar, are you both still here?
I'm here still.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let me share my screen.
And Doug, why don't you go ahead, if you will, and show the fashion pieces too? It's just not a big collection of works, and that would be great.
That sounds great. We'll go through, and I haven't rehearsed names, so you all will have to forgive me if I mispronounce for the fashion design students. Elfaz Barudi, this is a senior line illustration. Elfaz, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you want to speak a little bit about your piece?
Yeah, this was made for a senior line. So I'm gonna be graduating this May. So yeah, this was drawn on the iPad Pro. Yeah.
On an iPad Pro, beautiful. Thank you for sharing and congratulations.
Thank
you. We've got more. How many do you have? See, I clearly haven't rehearsed.
I have two, so this is my second one. This was made last semester for advanced problem class project. Was called fabric manipulation. Yeah, it took me so many hours to fully hand sew the flower appliques on the entire jacket. Yeah, but I really enjoyed making it.
It's stunning. How many hours do you remember?
From cutting and sewing it, it took about 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow.
It's stunning, stunning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Angie, are you here? Angie Gemara Becerra?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi, did you want to speak a little bit about your piece?
Sure, yeah. So I made this piece in my draping class, and I was just inspired by like classic silhouette, made sure like it fit the body nicely, and I just wanted to like reflect like that like Hollywood like really like glamorous kind of look. So I was inspired by that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Angie. And here we are again, Angie.
Yeah, I also made this in the same draping class with Professor Ravindran. I really wanted to play around with like pleats and stuff, so you can see it coming all together at the side. I was really inspired by like Greek fashion, and my inspiration was based on like sustainability. So I chose like a cotton fabric, and also like the earthy tones also inspired me. So I chose to go with this like light earthy blue.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. And Meredith Labach, are you here, Meredith?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you speak a little bit about your illustration?
Yeah, sure. So this was for our senior design portfolio class where we have to create 3 different fashion lines. So this was for resort wear. And I created it on an Intuos pad in Photoshop. So.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the way that you've been able to really integrate the textiles and shade and shadow.
Thank you.
All right, before I jump over to interior design, in chat, I can find my chat box. I'm going to place a link to Portfolio in Motion. This year, Portfolio in Motion is virtual. They wrapped up shooting last weekend are in the process of video production. It's going to be fully online, full video. There's a link right there. Please, please, please check it out. You can pre-register, I think, although I'm not seeing it right now. We've just got to save the date. You're going to have to just save the date, Thursday, May 6th at 6 p.m. All right, congratulations to the fashion design students. Interior design, we have two students who have work in the show. Evan, did you want to speak a little bit? Evan, I think you have 3 images.
Oh yeah, hey Doug.
Hey.
Yeah, the project revolves around creating a boutique hotel, and just the premise was trying to find inspiration through creating a relationship with nature. And my location relationship was with the Potomac River. So throughout all the spaces, I wanted to create a likeness to the river's flow, and also create an awareness of the indigenous people that used to thrive next to the Potomac River. So just kind of adoration and just to honor like the Native American people that used to live in this area. So trying to find inspiration in the Native American textiles and patterns, and utilizing that within the windows and textures of the materials. I wanted to kind of hone in on finding a balance of biophilic wellness and just utilizing light and shadow play as ever-changing artwork within the spaces.
Absolutely stunning, Evan. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
And Nilafar, you have, I believe, 2 images. Did you want to speak?
Yeah, so this I have exciting news about. This was for a competition, a coach competition, sponsored by Windowsware, and I actually never submitted this project last year, which I really regretted, knowing how many Marymount students were finalists for. So I received really exciting news today. So I reworked the project for Michael Kors, which is what Windowsware was doing this year, and I'm a finalist, so it's exciting.
It's amazing. It's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. So.
Wow, I am so happy for you that you went the extra mile and picked it back up again and modified it, and you got it back into a new competition.
Mm-hmm.
When is the announcement, Nilafar?
It's May 3rd, but all the finalists have been announced. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think while we are here, I wanted to drop one more link in. The Interior Design Student Show is next. Well, that link doesn't work, does it? The Interior Design Student Show is next Friday at 6 p.m. And I'll put the correct link into the chat, and you all can pre-register via Zoom. You'll get to see, I think we've got 40 projects from our graduating seniors and thesis students. So it's going to be quite the event. Mary, I believe that's it. Is that correct for me, at least?
Thank you so much, Doug, for being our DJ on that section.
So happy to be able to help.
Yes. And it's great to have the fashion and interior design works as a sneak preview for the big shows and those programs to come. And so thank you all for hanging in and viewing all this wonderful work. For our grand finale, I want to turn it over to Sarah Hardesty to please present the Fine Arts Awards.
Thank you, Mary. I am honored to be the bearer of good news here for these recipients, and I am just so impressed with all of the work that everyone's done.
Thank you all for sharing your work, for putting that effort in, and to all the faculty that have guided you. And it's been an honor to share looking at the work with you. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll look at the show together. And what I will do is I'll announce the awards and I'll try to go to that artist's work so you can see, some of you might of course remember, but just in case you aren't sure who somebody is, we'll be able to view the work together. So we're just here on the homepage of the exhibition right now. And I want to just say thank you to the School of Design and Art for helping us facilitate these awards. We've been able to give 3 honorable mention awards and 3 jurors awards. And those awards in and of themselves are an honor. There was so much quality work and it was a very hard decision. But they also come with, the honorable mentions come with a $25 gift card for Plaza Art Supply, which is a regional art supply store that I think it's nice to kind of support local. Now, depending on where students are located, maybe it won't be regional, but that was kind of our hope there. And the Jurors Awards come with a $75 gift certificate that you'll be receiving in your email. So that's what the awards are going to be. And you'll also be receiving an award PDF in your email that you can have for your records. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the honorable mentions. So I'll name the 3 artists, we'll look at their work, and then we'll look at the Jurors Awards together. So the first honorable mention we have is the painting by Anna Howard. Hopefully my computer won't be too slow here. If my computer is slow, I might have to ask somebody else to share the screen because that can happen. So Anna, congratulations on your honorable mention award. And if anybody would like to speak, it would be great if you want to just say a few words if you're here. Congratulations, Anna. So the next award goes to Jalen Holland. And the way these awards are given is that we didn't pick specific pieces. So sometimes people get awards for specific pieces, but the work was just across the board so good for all of the submissions. So it's for both of these pieces. So congratulations, Jalen. It's really great to see these works up here. Of course, if you'd like to say anything, I invite you to do so if you're here. So the third honorable mention award goes to Ryan Arnett, which are these 3 pieces here. Congratulations. And if Ryan's here, if you'd like to say anything. Congratulations, Ryan. So the 3 Jurors Awards, the first one goes to Janio Torres for these 3 drawings. Congratulations, Janio.
Thank you so much, Professor Hardesty.
Do you want to share any words about some of your work?
Well, all my work it was very time consuming. It took me several hours. I tried to make them as detailed as possible. The shading was pretty hard with the horses. That I think took me the longest. Yeah, and I just wanted to thank you so much, Professor. You've helped me achieve so much more than I could have on my own. So much, thank you so much for all your support and your advice.
I'm honored. It's great to see your progress. Really exceptional work. Congratulations. The second Jurors Award goes to Caitlyn Taylor for her 2 pieces here. Oyster Dinner and NYC Subway. Congratulations, Caitlyn. Really, really nice work. And the third and final Jurors Award goes to Ava Roos for her 2 pieces here.
Okay. I'm so sorry. It's pronounced Royce. but thank you.
Really beautiful work. Congratulations. Do you feel good? I can't tell. I'm really happy for everyone.
No, I'm just shocked. Thank you.
So congratulations, everyone, for all of your work, and look for an email coming soon.
Well, everybody, what a great evening of stupendous artwork and sharing across the disciplines of the School of Design and Art, as well as the English and literature departments, and so many majors from other disciplines all across Marymount doing exceptional work. Thank you so much for all your, elbow grease, especially in the time of pandemic, to produce these really moving, powerful pieces. And let's all gather again next week for interior design and PIM, and keep up with your artwork. Stay in touch during the summer over social media. And then, in the fall, I'm happy to announce as Barry Gallery Director that the plan is to be back in the actual gallery. But now that we've also upped our game with online exhibitions, we'll do both. So we've only grown stronger through the pandemic, I like to think. And I really look forward to continuing with all that we've built together. I'm so proud of all the students who, in the face of the pandemic have come through with powerful work and just touching work and exquisite work. I don't know how you've done it, it's so uplifting. So on that note, have a wonderful evening, pat yourselves on the back, and let's all be back together again next week for the other shows. Thank you so much for all your time and good work. Lift your glass if you have one.
Oh.
Cheers.
Woo.
And feel free to unmute yourselves and say hello if you like, and we'll, as we file out of the virtual gallery.
I'm sorry I went out with the awards. All of a sudden I just looked at the thing.
Oh, that was actually worked really well because you had it up on the screen.
We had the flow going.
No, that was great. That was great. This has been such a nice
It's
event.
been great. Thank you, Mary, and everybody for organizing it. Very good.
What a pleasure.
In person's always better, but this has really worked out well. So
it was a great show, Mary. You did a fantastic job
Yeah.
putting everything together. I really appreciate
And
all the work it took.
And here's to the continuation of all this cross-disciplinary work across campus. And I think that our community at Marymount being so tight-knit really facilitates that so well.
And
Totally agree.
I do want to quickly just say, I really do appreciate everyone that worked to sort of like make this happen, and especially like in terms of like from my approach, I am an IT student and I never expected an opportunity to actually be able to even like participate in things like this. So I appreciate both like everyone on like the higher levels of the campus that have sort of like built the program to allow this sort of thing, as well as like everyone that worked to sort of make it happen. You provided an opportunity for a lot of people that normally would never even like consider art or anything like that to take part in this.
That's such a nice statement, Nico, and you did so much impressive work in drawing, and I'm sure you do equally impressive work in IT. And it's exciting to see how you combine your interest in drawing and digital media.
I do feel like a semester or so ago, I really had like no real footing. So I do appreciate like being able to sort of get that guidance that I needed to take things a step further.
We'll keep coming back, and even to all of you, after you graduate, there are still opportunities to show at Marymount, where we'll be having an alumni exhibition in the fall. Around homecoming, during homecoming each year, we have the Saints Art Sale, in which you can not only show your work, but profit from it. Certainly saw a lot of work tonight that I totally want to buy. And so, you know, so keep on, you know, now that you guys have really developed your interest and skill in art, it doesn't stop. You know, there's always the next show, and you know, once a saint, always a saint. And so you can also keep showing with us.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do that for myself. I appreciate all the professors' hard work and support for me personally, like all the different techniques I've learned. So I'm excited to show in the future and be connected still to Marymount, and maybe do more virtual stuff, like in show and do talks and stuff, and help out. So very excited.
You're gonna see a lot of emails from me, Morgan.
Hey, I'll be ready for it. I'll be prepared.
We'll be soliciting your work.
Hey, I don't mind at all. Like I said, I'd be honored to, you know, whenever the opportunity comes.
I do have to say that I, as a writer, appreciate that it's okay for me to write pieces that maybe are a little bit in your face, that maybe are a little bit willing to challenge the issues in society, and know that even though it's going to come off as gritty, angry, upset, passionate, that it can still get published, and that it is still valued, and that it does still have a place, because there have been so many times where pieces like this exist and then they aren't given a place, or they aren't truly given the situation that they should, and instead are being marketed as, oh, this person has an agenda, or this person is emotional. And so it's nice to know that our pieces have a safe spot to be on display for all that they are worth, and not just part of it.
You just keep going in that way. That's so good.
Thank you. Yeah.
And we need these strong statements on important topics.
And that's the power of arts and literature. I mean, that's what we do as artists and professionals. And that's one of the main contributions that we can make to society, is we are able and allowed to have the voice, and we take the voice in order to challenge society and ideas, you know, to try to make society a better place. So, you know, you're participating in a traditional asset of the creative arts. And so we're very appreciative that you're courageous enough to put your work out there, because we need people like you to make change. So that's really important.
I do have to say, I would be remiss if I didn't. Disability advocate, don't get mad. Looking at the registration form, there's not a place for people to say whether or not they need accommodations for the event. I am completely deaf and just did a 2-hour event without captions. So going forward, it would be a good idea if on that form there was an option for people to tell you ahead of time that they might need something, so that you can work with student access services to make sure that that need is met. Just as I have to say it, I'm sorry, disability advocate, have to say it.
But that's what we need to hear. So we know that. Absolutely. Thank you for letting us know.
Hey, Mary, I just want to thank you for doing such a great job hosting. It was an eloquent job, as always. And just appreciate your hard work of posting the exhibition online and doing all the gritty stuff behind the scenes. I'm also excited. I'd also like to thank all the other faculty who partner in this event. I was just really amazed to see all of the great projects. I now am going to do a video resume.
They are pretty cool.
Really awesome.
Talking about setting yourself aside.
I also want to give a shout out to Doug, if he's still here, for supporting us. I think he's here, and all the stuff that you've been doing. I know the directorship has been a challenging thing to do and keeping us all together. So thanks. And I'd also like to thank President Becerra for staying here and coming and checking out what we do in the creative arts. We really appreciate that, because we know you're busy, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us. So thanks.
And thank you too, Joe. The exhibition in fine arts is a total team effort with Joe, Sarah, and me. So thank you too. Well, are you guys?
I'm gonna sign off. I gotta go.
Time to
Thanks, everyone.
Off to grading.
Yeah,
Everybody.
sadly.
Hey, good job, everybody.
Yeah.
And excellent work, students. You did an amazing job.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, gang.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Sarah.